story. And so I worked at the University of Michigan in the health system for 20 years. And I remember the Vice President of Government Relations coming to me saying, "Your father-in-law is the most reputable, honest, modest, and humble politician I've ever met." And he told me of the stories of him going to Lansing to take different legislators to lunch, and how most legislators would, I'm not talking about the ones in this room, but how some of the legislators would, allow them to be taken to a really nice steak dinner or something like that. But he talked about your father-in-law. He would never let me feed him like that. He would say, every time he went to his office, he'd say, "We'll go to Subway and I'll pay for mine." A modest, humble, reputable man, a giant. The obituary. Vincent Gregory was a blessing from heaven, born to Lawrence and Dorothy Gregory on July 20th, 1948. Affectionately referred to as Vince, he was the second eldest of 5 children. As a child, Vince was strong-willed, determined, inquisitive, and often served as a mediator to his siblings. These traits would later propel him into leadership positions where his impactful advocacy work would make a difference in the lives of many, many others. Vince accepted Christ at an early age and continued to be a man of strong faith throughout his life. In fact, he was a charter member of where we're sitting and praising today, the Empowerment Church, and his favorite scripture, as you heard, was the 23rd Psalm. Vince was raised in Mabee, Michigan, where he received his education in the Dundee public school system. After graduating from Dundee High School in 1966, he began working on a bachelor's degree at Madonna University. However, his educational journey was interrupted in 1968 when he was drafted into the United States Marine Corps, and he was stationed shortly thereafter in Vietnam. Vince served valiantly in Vietnam through November 1969, and he was honorably discharged in 1970. In 1973, Vince joined the Wayne County Sheriff's Department, where he rose through the department and ultimately earned the rank of detective. Vince met the love of his life, Yvonne, in 1977. They joined in holy matrimony on June 16th in 1978. Vince and Yvonne enjoyed 44 beautiful years of true devotion, happiness, dedication, honor, and love. Through their beautiful union, Vince and Yvonne have 6 children. In 1983, he was elected vice president of the local 502 SEIU AFL-CIO union, and ultimately becoming the president, where he served there until the year of 2000. In 2003, Vince retired from the Wayne County Sheriff's Department, and then a political giant was born. I'd say he was already a political giant if you won an election as the president of the Wayne County Sheriff's Department, right? In 1998, Vince led a successful campaign for a seat on the board of Oakland County Commissioners, representing the 21st District. During his term as a county commissioner, determined to complete his education, Vince returned to Madonna University, where he earned his Bachelor of Science degree in Criminal Justice in May 2006. In 2008, Vince announced his candidacy for the state legislature in the 35th House District. He received 41,017 votes, which was more than any other Michigan House State of Representatives candidate. Vince served 1 term as a state representative before he was elevated by his constituents to the role of state senator, making him the first African American to be elected as a state senator in Oakland County. The first, y'all ain't hear it, the first African American to be elected senator in Oakland County. Senator Gregory worked tirelessly, passing legislation to meet the needs of citizens, not only in his district, but across the state of Michigan. He was a passionate advocate, as demonstrated by his instrumental role in ensuring that military and overseas service members had total access to voting. Additionally, he served as a minority Minority Vice Chair of Appropriations. Following his retirement, Vince served on the board of directors at the Judson Center. He also assisted, mentored, and supported many candidates, in the pursuit of political office. Driven by his passion to help others, he dedicated his life to public service. He was a man of great integrity, optimism, strength, generosity, compassion, dedication, and an authentic, genuine man of faith. While Vince had a great passion for serving others, his first love was his family. He was a loving, devoted, and dedicated husband, father, and grandfather. He could often be found on the basketball court shooting hoops with the family, cruising in his Corvette with his wife, attending his beloved grandchildren's sporting events where he could be seen cheering, clapping, recording, or taking pictures, and sometimes all of those at the same time. Vince also loved grilling for the entire family for holiday celebrations and staying up during the late wee hours, wrapping gifts and putting toys together for Christmas. He was loved by all that knew him, and those who did not know him, and those that did not love him, Jake didn't know him, because to know him was to love him. Vincent is preceded in death by his mother, Dorothy Gregory, and father, Lawrence Gregory, and his son, Vincent II. Vince is survived by his wife of 44 years, Yvonne, and 5 children, Lawrence, Cassandra, Troy, Vanessa, Courtney, and Devin, Kristen, Dustin, 10 grandchildren, Jay, Elijah, Kelsey, Caden, Caleb, Kaylin, Reagan, Katie, Ashlyn, and Eric. He is also survived by 4 wonderful siblings, Lawrence, Timothy, Victoria, Delbert, Gail, and Patricia. Vince also leaves to mourn his passing a host of brother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, cousins, nieces, nephews, and many, many friends. Thank you.